Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Jay Hollingshed, your high performance mindset coach and public speaker. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is episode 147 of 365. This is my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Those of you that want to see this episode in its entirety, feel free to tune in and catch it on my YouTube channel. Everything I do is on my YouTube channel. It's backlogged. My 100 plus episodes are already backlogged on YouTube. So thank you so much for those that have been watching, those that have been supporting and sharing. I truly appreciate you. Thank you, and God bless you for that. Now, today is Saturday. Saturday is always pillar number 7, being that it is day number 7 of the week. We discuss pillar number 7, which is positive and negative self-talk. Positive and negative self-talk. Now, before I get into it, I need to acknowledge all of my front row social media season ticket holders, and everybody just rolling in. My Aunt Gina, my Aunt Gina, my wife, Audrey Michelle Hawkins, Frank, firefighter number 1, George Bowtie Thomas, a lot of people. And you know what? Everybody is tuning in. More and more people are tuning in. So it's going to be kind of hard to catch everybody like that. So I will probably try to acknowledge you all in the comments going forward. But thank you so much. I truly appreciate you all. Now, today's subject is positive and negative self-talk. Now, this month is the month of May. What happens that's special in the month of May? Graduations. Everybody's graduating. High school graduations, college graduations, everybody's having a special day. They're walking across that stage. They're getting that diploma. They're turning that tassel, or they're putting on, they're getting hooded, their hooding ceremony for those that are the doctoral programs or their master's programs. Everybody is crossing that stage and going across and hitting that milestone. That's what they're doing. Now, there are also a lot of people that want to complete that. They want to finish that. And there are many people that have gone so far and haven't quite finished their high school diploma, or you haven't finished your college degree and you are so close to finishing, or you have that desire, that internal desire to go ahead and finish. Now, the thing is, like I said, like I teach in all of my positive and negative self-talk workshops and seminars, that the psyche, when it talks, it's 85% negative. So when there's something you want to do, something you want to go for, a goal, a milestone that you want to reach from a personal development point of view, graduating or finishing school is at the top of the list for hundreds of people. Well, this episode is dedicated to you. Why? Because you can definitely overcome that negative self-talk that's telling you you can't finish school. They're telling you that negative self-talk is kicking in, and it's kicking in hard. It's telling you that you're too old. It's telling you that people will be staring at you. It's telling you you can't keep up with the subject matter. It's telling you you can't keep up with the digital platforms. It's telling you that you can't keep up with the change in times. They aren't doing things the way you were when you were in school. Like when I was back in school, or when you were in school, they taught writing. They taught how to write and write properly. My thing is, who writes anymore? Nobody takes pen and paper and write. No. I mean, you do that to take notes, yeah, but at the same time, when it comes to dictatorship and things like that, or dictation, sorry, not dictatorship, when it comes to taking notes or dictation, everything's digital now, voice activated. So you can speak and your text will be done. Or people are doing that now with their term papers or their papers that they're doing for school. They talk to text or they speak to text. So the same thing happens to where in your mind, it's like, I can't keep up with that. All this technology, everything is so new. I'll be so far behind. I have to play catch up. A lot of that is happening to you because your psyche is telling you this. Your psyche is going to tell you that regardless, but it's your choice whether you want to believe that or not. And if you believe it, when you choose to believe it, you accept that and you identify with that and you make that part of your identity. You belittle yourself. You put yourself down and say, I cannot do this. I am not able to do this. And you don't believe in yourself. Your self-worth, your self-esteem is down, and the value that you once had before having the thoughts of going back to school has diminished and decreased tremendously. Why? Because all of a sudden you feel like you can't do it. You have put negative pressure on yourself because you are surrounded by negative society. All the talk that your psyche gives you that's negative comes from society. And that is something that people hear all the time, especially when they want to go back to school. Well, here's the thing. All you got to do is take that first step. That's the big part of it. Taking that first step. Your negative self-talk, all it is talk. Think about it. When you were younger, and if somebody's talking to you and you go run and tell your parents, Mom, somebody so-and-so and so-and-so said that I was this, or they said I was that. And that's all they did was talk. Did that stop you from doing anything? Did that physically hurt you? Did that physically strap you to a chair and keep you from making progress or going forward? No, it didn't. It's just talk. So you can ignore it and keep moving forward. Like if somebody's coming to you and talking crazy to you, what do? Ignore them and you keep going. Same thing with your psyche. Your psyche is talking crazy to you about you trying to finish school. Ignore it and keep moving. Once you take that first step, that motivation kicks in and that confidence kicks in. Why? Because you have accomplished something. You have this spirit of accomplishment. All of a sudden, that first step is like a breath of fresh air. That first step is like sitting in a hot car. It's like you're sitting in a hot car and the windows aren't rolled down. It's 80 degrees outside. The sun's shining on the inside of the car and it's stuffy and hot. But taking that first step, it's like all of a sudden somebody cracking the windows and that breeze comes through. And when that breeze hits, it's a breath of fresh air. You sit up straight, your mind clears up, and you're like, oh, wow, I got energy. You get that same thing from taking that first step towards school. You take that first step, talk to people who have finished school. Let me tell you my story. When I started college, I started and I stopped. When did I go back to school? I went back to finish college. I was 37 years old. 37 years old when I went back to college to get my college degree. And I was in college for 3.5 years when I went back. That's right. At age 37, I was in college for 3.5 years. Almost the whole time. The whole college, the length of the college term, 4 years. But the thing is, it didn't stop me. And here's the good thing about it. There are no dates on, when you can finish college. When you finish and you get your degree, you have your degree. That's the thing. There's no GPA written on your degree. You hold that degree up, that GED or that degree, there are no grades on that. There's no GPA. If you have your master's or your bachelor's in political science or business management and somebody else has theirs, nobody knows it took you 12 years to get yours. Nobody knows it took them 4 years to get theirs. On paper, you are the same. You have your bachelor's and so do they. The thing is, don't let your negative self-talk and your psyche hold you back. Everybody else is finishing school. When you see these high school graduations, you see these collegiate graduations, use that. Don't look at it and say, oh, I wish. Look at it and say, I am. I am a graduate, not I will graduate. Say I am a graduate. When you go to that point and say I am a graduate, you are pouring into yourself. You're speaking affirmations into yourself. You are confirming what you are. So when you say I will, you are constantly pushing it out further and further away. But you speak it into the present and say I am a graduate. I am that. I am what I see. I see people graduating. So that's what you need to confirm to yourself. Your negative self-talk, all it is talk. Once you take that first step and get that bit of confidence, I promise you, you put a muzzle on that self-talk and you shut it up. Try it. I guarantee it. It'll work. It worked with me. I went back to college at age 37 and spent 3.5 years in college, struggling, especially with subjects like statistics. No. I wasn't good with numbers. I already told you I have ADHD, was not good with numbers or word problems and things like that. But I made it through statistics. Why? Because I told myself I am that graduate. I proclaim that I am. So you can do the same thing. You got this. I challenge you to do that. In fact, I encourage you to do that. So high school graduations, college graduations, you want to finish that, you can do that. Go back and get yours. That's all I have for today in my positive and negative self-talk episode. This has been episode 147 of 365. And this has been positive and negative self-talk and my 7 Pillars of Mental Performance series. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. And as always, be well, stay blessed, and through love, be a blessing. God bless.